guys are doing well and staying blessed out there. And yeah, we're getting close to the end of the month, which is crazy.
People's faces would look like if you told them, like, you need just a certain amount of money for this show, or like,
let's go ahead and dig into this, man. I want you to lead us off with this. Like, why are we talking about this today? Let's go ahead and dig into this, man. I want you to lead us off with this. Like, why are we talking about this today?
I'm dropping that. So that's basically kind of like what we just want to talk about.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast. Got my co-host here, Chris, brother that's 1 year, 1 minute younger. I almost said 1 year. That wouldn't make us twins. That's where my mind's at right now, guys. What up, what up? But hopefully you guys are doing well and staying blessed out there. And yeah, we're getting closer to the end of the month, which is crazy. This 2020 year is flying by.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Yep.
Like the cool kids, like the cool cats say.
Yep. All right, enough of that.
Live it up.
Enough of that silliness.
YOLO, cook it up.
Let's get into this, man. Time's money. Like, people are giving us their ears and their eyes.
Let's
I respect the heck out of that. So thank you,
Where
guys.
are we going?
So today we're going to be talking about the future of health and fitness coaching. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to this. We talked a little bit about this on our social media, I want to say a couple of weeks ago. So we're like, you know what, let's turn this into a podcast discussion. This will be really, really good. So before, though, we get into this, guys, cover the fee on the show, pay the fee. Simple. It's very simple if you're new to the show.
Card.
No credit cards. I mean, if you want to Venmo us and PayPal us, well, that's cool too. But no, it's just a simple value exchange, and just leave us a rating and review. We really appreciate that. We're trying to get in front of more people on these podcast algorithms, platforms, and spread our message. You know, we truly are passionate about doing this and truly care. So help us out, and then even too, if you found value in it, leave share it out on Instagram, Facebook, friend, coworker, peer, tag us in it, and that always helps too. And then if the episode sucked and you didn't get value, then cool, don't pay the fee, no worries, maybe the next one. So
what do you think people's faces would look like if you told them, like, we need you to send like a certain amount of money for this show, or like give them a QR code,
like a patron,
or something like that?
I don't know.
I wonder how well those people.
I don't really believe in that.
Stuff,
like,
I really do.
I don't know.
There's so many podcasts out there. It's like, I don't know.
It's cool. That's their thing and their business model and way to make money. So I'm not gonna say no, or I'm not gonna hate on it. Let's put it that way. So
yeah,
each to their own. Let's go ahead and dig into this, man. I want you to lead us off with this. Like, why are we talking about this today?
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the future of health and fitness coaching, okay? So what inspired this was two things, okay? So the very first one was, if I take it back when we were in Ty Lopez's business builder, right? This was like 2016, 2017-ish, right? He spent a full year in his business builder mastermind. One of the key takeaways that he talked about was, as an entrepreneur and a business owner, you have to have the ability or the skill set to see around the corner. Andy Frisella talks about this too in his podcast, right? But you have to be able to see where that puck is going in your industry, right? What's around the corner? What's the next trend? Where's the landscape of the industry going, okay? So that inspired me with that. The second thing is, we got this this inspiration from a fellow mastermind member, Yuri. What's his last name? I can't pronounce his name.
I don't know, man.
Yuri L. Comrie. I'm butchering it. Yeah, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah, he's in our mastermind. He did this really cool post. He owns the business Healthpreneur. He did a really cool post on this. So I was like, that's awesome. I'm gonna get some inspiration. I'm gonna tie this in with like our thoughts, our concepts, with Ty Lopez's lessons. So that's where we kind of landed this right here today with the future of health and fitness coaching. Okay. Now, those of you that are listening, not watching this on YouTube, we'll get the this image up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But if you guys are on a podcast, just imagine this. Imagine that, like, you have a piece of paper, you draw a line down the middle. On the left side, it says brick and mortar, and on the right side, it says online, okay? Now, what we're going to be doing here is basically reading line by line, right? A negative, which is basically a con, on the brick and mortar side, and then we're going to replace it with a positive, right, on the online side of things, okay?
And really quick, let's put a little context to that. So when it says when we say brick and mortar, we're saying that the health and fitness coach that works at a brick and mortar gym, whether it's a small gym, mom and pops, or a commercial gym, versus the health and fitness coach that's just looking to go online, and not saying that they're going fully online, but they're trying to do at least like a halfway hybrid of online and in person.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you put that context on there. It also goes for, again, when we talk to nutritionists, registered dietitians, right? Mm-hmm. Because right now you could be working in a clinic, you could be working at an office or a brick and mortar type of place, right? And you want to go online.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, let's kick this off. So the very first one on this, if we start off with the brick and mortar side, right? A negative to being a health and fitness professional in a brick and mortar right now is the low capacity ceiling on here, okay?
So with the low capacity ceiling is you're having to pay rent or overhead to this gym. Whether it's a commercial gym that's like screwing you and taking like 70% and then you're only getting 30% for that hour of a session, or you're paying, I don't know, like $700 to $1,000 for rent there to just do private trainings. There's always something like an overhead that you have to pay monthly, no matter what, that you are getting really screwed for as a business owner. And then as opposed to the online side, there is no capacity ceiling. You're not getting charged for anything because you don't have overhead.
Higher profit margins.
You're working remotely. You're working from a laptop. You're working from your computer. Hell, you could be working from the beach if you want to do that, right? So there's no capacity ceiling there, so you're not getting charged overhead.
Exactly. And if those of you guys that don't want to go solely online, cool. We're not saying you do that. If you want to do a hybrid model, that's great too. That's what we even advocate in our business and a lot of our students, okay? But if you don't have anything going on, that's really the biggest con to this. If you're just doing, again, the one-to-one personal training, the one-to-one nutrition consulting, or registered dietitian in person, where there's no online side of things, that's where you're getting yourself in trouble because of this low capacity ceiling, okay? All right, let's move on to the next one on here. So again, if we look at the brick and mortar side, right, a con or a negative is basically it's too much one-to-one, right? It's too much face-to-face. And that's great, right? It's a great dynamic, right, to have with like your guys' clients and your guys' anybody that's in your program, but what you get in trouble because, again, you're trading time for money, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And it's just too much of your time, okay? Just doing one-to-one stuff like that. There's only one of you, so you're going to cap out at some point. Now, if you look at the online side of things, right, you have one-to-many. So in online, there's two things you can do, and we teach this in our accelerator program. The very first one is you can do one-to-one online coaching, and it's still a more scalable model because you're not spending 45 to 60 minutes during a session with somebody in person, right? It's about maybe 15, 30 minutes a week per client on there. So think about that. You could have about 50 clients, and it's a scalable model, okay? Now, the other side of it that you could do is you could do a group coaching model online too, right? So where it's like you could have 50 to 100 people in your scalable group coaching model, coaching them all at once, right? So just think about that, right? The one-on-one is just kind of a broken business model, right? And the one-to-many, it's going to be kind of more of a scalable model for you.
Yeah.
I know, my bad. I know you're probably like, dude, why did you do that? Just really quick, and we'll be back to that video. I just want you to join our free Facebook group community for health and fitness coaches looking to get more online clients. So just click the link below in the description box, join it absolutely free. We got some cool stuff in there, a lot of videos, do live trainings every couple of months on there. And we got some cool freebies on there. So just make sure to click the link below, join our free Facebook group for health and fitness coaches that want to level up and get more online clients to create more income, impact, influence, independence. Back to the video.
So the third example is the negative for a brick and mortar, right, is trading time for money. And we just talked about that, right? It's one-to-one. It's you can't scale that because there's only one of you, the coach. You can't replicate that. So you're going to always be trading time for dollars, whether it's through traffic, through the split shifts you have to work at a gym, the craziness of the schedule. It's not worth it. So then online, as opposed to online, right, you have leveraged time. Again, you work remotely. You don't have to be stuck in traffic. You don't have to work around people's schedules. There's so many different areas to where it's like you're not trading time for money there.
Exactly. Okay, we keep moving this on. The next one for the con or negative for the brick and mortar is confined by location, okay? So yeah, when you're in a brick and mortar and you're doing in-person training or in-person nutrition consulting, you are confined by that location. You can't sit there and have a 50 to 100 mile radius. You have to stay within basically 3 to 10 mile radius max, right? So think about it. You don't have as much of a pool of people to be able to serve and help out. As opposed to online, there's location freedom. You could help anybody in the world, basically, right?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, right? You can have so many different clients from all different types of, states and countries and stuff like that. So it's awesome. There's a lot of location freedom in that game with the online side of things.
And I think that's where the true impact comes in.
It does. It really is.
So the next example for the negative of brick and mortar is it's too transactional. It really is. And again, it goes back to, again, the confined location, the trading time for money, and the one-to-one. It's just purely transactional. Like, you're not going to sit there and scale that. So it's just like, hey, I'm the coach, you're the client, let's do a transaction right now. How many sessions do you want? Blah, 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 blah. It's transactional. If you go online, right, it's more transformational. You're customizing an 8 to 12 week program, maybe even something longer if you want, right? That's going to be transformational to them, their health, their wealth, their love, their happiness, their mindset, everything, because it's customized to them, to where it's like they're checking in with you on a day-to-day basis or weekly basis, however you want to do that, but it's way more transformational and it doesn't feel like it's a transaction.
Exactly, which then that leads us to the next one, right? Which is a con or, something that's not very positive about a brick and mortar is hand-holding, right?
Yeah.
So it's just too much hand-holding because, again, the one-to-one aspect of it, right? And if you use a personal trainer, for example, it's like with your clients, like, come on, like, be honest here, right? There's two things you're doing. You're almost being basically a psychologist or a therapist.
Yeah.
And the second thing is like you're counting sets and reps, right? And that to me it's not too transformational. It's really not. It's more transactional because they pay you for like your time with them or sessions, right? It's transactional. And as opposed to being online, right? What Eric said, it's transformational, and thus you're coaching people. Right, you're coaching them within nutrition. You're coaching them with exercise program. You're coaching them with a cardio protocol. You're coaching them with sleep hygiene, with stress management, with lifestyle, with habits. And you can insert so many different other little micro niches and specialties and methods that you can do to coach them to get a transformation.
Yeah, 100%. So the last one, guys, for this like negative side on the brick and mortar side and the future of health and fitness coaching is, in a brick and mortar setting, in person, you get paid for what you do, right? And if you go online, you get paid for the outcome you provide. And I think this one is like my favorite because in person, right? Again, you're charging by the hour. You're trading time for dollars. You're confined to a location. It's transactional. It's hand-holding. It's your time. You're stuck in traffic. You have a split schedule. All this craziness going on with in-person coaching, as opposed to online. It's purely an outcome that you're selling. Like, let's say you have an outcome that's like, hey, I have my 12-week program that can help you lose 20 pounds, right? And look better, feel better, and perform better in all lives. That's an outcome you're charging for.
Yeah.
You can't really charge that in an in-person setting because you're selling a bunch of sessions and who knows what they're going to do, on the off time. You can't handhold them all day long.
Yeah.
So to me, that's why it's such a winner. And if we look at the grand scheme of this with these pros and cons, guys, it's not to say, right, that the in-person is crappy, it's outdated. No, we're big fans of it. We preach this and help our students in our program to do a hybrid model. But our whole argument here is that it's not sustainable if you're solely in person.
Exactly.
You have to innovate and go online and see where the puck is going, see where the future is going, and you have to have an online component to recession and future-proof your business going forward.
Mic drop on that. So that's basically kind of like what we just want to talk about with the future of health and fitness coaching. I'll leave you with a couple action steps on this, right? And again, the very first one is have that lens of a business owner to just see around the corner, right? What's the next trend? Like where's the landscape of this business going, okay? The second thing is really take into consideration what we talked about, these pros and cons of being in person versus being online, and choose which ones you feel can really like help you out or be game changers, right? And the third thing is just take imperfect action on this, right? You're never going to have a point where it's like, man, I'm 100% ready. It's the perfect time. You're never going to have a moment where it's just like you're going to put in your A+ work. It's going to be absolutely perfect and polished work to go online or build a hybrid model. So just take imperfect action and just literally action cures fear. Stop being scared. Just add the online component, and eventually you can make that decision to go fully online or just run a hybrid trading model, but at least your recession and future-proof your business, okay? 100%. A couple more things on this is, just pay the fee, guys. If you guys felt like you got value on this, we're not asking you to put it on your social media platform and mess up your grid. Post it on stories, tag us, share it with somebody, just talk about it. That's the way we grow this podcast, and we truly appreciate that, okay? The second thing is, if you do want help like building a hybrid training model, or you are looking to go online, right? We're actually hosting half a day business growth workshop in the first week of April, okay? So you guys can get more details in the link tree, right?
Yep.
Instagram link tree, or you guys can text us at 213-319-6702 with the word workshop, and we'll get you guys the link with more details. But basically, we're looking for anybody that is an online coach right now that wants to build a hybrid training model, right? Or somebody that wants to fully go online and just get started with it. And it's going to be an awesome half-day workshop where we're going to do a lot of mind growth stuff, clarity building, goal setting. We're also going to teach you how to sell a $2,000 online high-ticket coaching program without getting on one single phone call. You're going to do breakout rooms. It's going to be a really, really awesome experience that we do every single 8 weeks for our accelerator students in our program. We always open it up to 10 health and fitness coaches as guests. So if you're interested in that, like we said, we'd love to have you as a guest. So go to the link tree, check out the link on that, or text us at 213-319-6702, with the word workshop. All right, guys, I'm pretty much gassed out here. But other than that, though, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I'll link it up below too. All right. But other than that, hopefully this was helpful.
Absolutely, guys. It's going to be good. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. So go out there, live a dynamic lifestyle, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.